The UDA Trojans getting set to take the floor tonight against the Halifax Wildcats in junior varsity basketball game here at the home of the Halifax Wildcats. Trojans send out Kelly Calnon to tap it off, and it comes back here controlled by the Wildcats, and we're underway. Near side they'll come with it now. We have no idea who the Wildcats are, nor will we. As far as junior varsity goes. Here's a shot from underneath by number 25, and she puts the first bucket home. Seen the Wildcats play earlier against Lyon Mountain, and they sure use this full court pressure, and it's going to be Wildcat ball now. As the ball goes out of bounds, they used man-to-man to close down the Lyon Mountain Eagles. So tonight looks like they may start out that way with the Trojans. Wildcats up 2-0. Trying to dump it inside. Foul will be called underneath there, and a foul will be on Mel Manning. She'll pick up her first. Team's first, be none shooting, of course, and so it'll be an out-of-bounds ball for Halifax. Early moments of period number 1. Trojans have Minnick, Manning, Calnon. Here's a ball tapped away out here by Minnick, and coming down the floor with is Allison Minnick. She puts a shot up, no good. Rebound to number 40 of the Wildcats. Whoop, looked like a near walk, no walk. Underneath, right baseline, shot put up, and it's good, and a foul is going to be called. The foul will be on Kelly Calnon. She will pick up her first. It'll be a shooting foul, as the bucket is good. Kelly picks up personal foul number 1, and will send number 30 to the line, shooting 1. Finish off her three-point attempt here. Anyway, completing the lineup, Stacy Bechtel is out there along with Tara Scheib. So it's Scheib, Bechtel, Minnick, Manning, and Calnon in the ball game for the Trojans. Here's the ball going to come loose, gathered in by Stacy Bechtel, and the Trojans will work it back. They trail now 4-0. We've played 2 minutes into the ball game. Over here it goes for Manning. She tries to dump it inside for Minnick rather. She tries to dump it inside for Manning, but it's knocked out of bounds by that big number 25 inside there for Halifax. She is an imposing figure for these gals. Here's Manning with a shot. It won't go. Rebound over on the far side, comes off to 43. And back with it come the Wildcats in a hurry. Pass over here in the left wing is going to go out of bounds, but gathered back in off the foot of 34, but she still controls, and the ball is tipped away here. Trojans come back with it. They have a chance to get to within 2. Ball on the far side for Mel Manning. Out in front here now for Tara Scheib. Here's Bechtel from the side. A little short. Off the rim, there's a pass over here for Minnick. She puts a shot up short, no good. Rebounded by the Wildcats, and back they come. Shot is going to be put up. It's no good, but the foul will be on Tara Scheib. And 22 for the Wildcats to go to the line, shooting 2. Down the line, shooting 2. First shot's good. 5-0 Halifax. Coach tonight for the Trojans is Coach Klinger, Steve Klinger, taking over the reins full time now with the departure of Jill Sittlinger, who has gone on to bigger and better things on the college circuit. And Trojans hang a bucket up there now, and it's 6-2. Here's a ball inbounded and picked up by the Trojans. It's still handled by UDA. Here comes Minnie with a shot. She's bumped. No foul called. Manning tries to rebound it. Gets it back here for Tara Scheib. Over here for Manning on the right baseline. Dumps it inside for Kelly Calnon. A foul's called. Number 40 will pick up her personal foul. It'll be the team's first. Non-shooting, and the Trojans will inbound. 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining here in period 1. 6-2 is the score. Here's a bounce inside for Manning, stripped away by the Wildcats, and back they come. She drives it right down her, lays it up and in good. Number 22. for the Cats. And it's now 8-2. Trojans have come up against some real tough ball clubs here of late. Here's Manning, picks up ball up, puts a shot right up there, no good. Rebound's going to go off of a Trojan and be picked up down here by the Wildcats. 30 down here all alone, puts a shot up and in, good. And the Cats are running on the Trojans now. It's a 10-2 ball game, and timeout's going to be called by Coach Steve Klinger, as he wants to talk things over here with these Trojans. Okay, Trojan timeout is over, and back with it they come. Here's Shive trying to bounce it ahead here for Stacy Bechtel, I guess. Ball rolls loose over on the far side. Going for it is Manning. Girl goes hard to the floor, but the Trojans will have the ball as it rolled out of bounds off of the Wildcat gal. Shot from the side, no good. Rebound underneath, going to come off to Manning. She fights for it, tries to pass it back here for Kelly, but goes past her, and back with it come the Wildcats. 22 again with a layup. Cal here plays a heck of a game for the JVs. Very quick. Again, that full court pressure. Now here we break it. Here's a pass trying to get over to Kelly. It's knocked away in there by that big number 42. Here's 25 with it, ahead to 42. Stops, pops, good. Height all over the floor here for the Wildcats. Well, at least on those two gals, and they seem to be everywhere. Here's a shot by Stacy, no good. Goes over to the far side. Stacy's got it back again. Passes it back here for Mel Manning, and she puts a shot up and in, good. And I think Mel has all 4 Trojan points. It's 14-4. Oh, 22 passes that one out of bounds, so that time she gave it away. Tara Shive will exit, as so will Kelly Calnon, I think. As, let's see, yeah, Kelly's coming out. Laskowski comes in, and so does Melissa Hand for the Trojans. Comes Allison Minnick on the far side for Hand. She puts a shot up high off the glass, no good. Rebound underneath, comes back, and wait a minute, walk, I think, or on the line, okay. The Wildcat gal stepped on the line that time and went out of bounds with it, so it'll be UDA ball underneath with 1:15 remaining in period 1. Trojans down by 10, 14-4. Pass inside for Mel, passes it outside here for Hand. Her shot won't go. Rebound over there. Whoa, wait a minute. Foul's going to be called as Stacy went up for the shot. She was fouled, and she should go to the line shooting 2. Stacy Bechtel at the line for the Trojans for the first time tonight, shooting a pair. Ooh, now they're going to call it no shot. I don't know what happened there. Terrible call or something. I'm not sure what happened. Anyway, it's going to be the Wildcats with the ball with 1:05 remaining here in period 1. Into the circle she goes. 12-footer, no good. Rebound comes off to Stacy. Stacy Bechtel controlling for the Trojans. Cross the timeline. Stacy widens it down here into the right wing corner. Back out in front now for Minnick. Allison looking around inside. Gets it over here for Stacy. Dumps it inside here for Manning. Now back out to Minnick. Inside it goes off the fingertips of Laskowski. And a foul's going to be called now. My gosh. Mel Manning going to be called for the foul. Chintzy foul. But anyway. Looked like Mel was hanging on the ball, but the referee says she was hanging on her arm. Here's an inbound pass, tapped away nicely by Manning. Dribbles it ahead here unintentionally to Hand, and she puts a shot up, no good. Rebound comes off, and let's see. Laskowski walks right by it, and then the shot goes up and in, good. I don't think Laskowski saw the ball coming, and it was rolling. As she ran up the court, the ball was rolling up right aside of her, but oh my goodness, the slap you could hear from here, and no foul called. Laskowski gathers it back in, but 22 all over the court. for her Halifax Wildcats. Puts a grab on it, and it'll be Trojan ball on the possession rule. And back with it comes the Trojans. No block. Over here now, here's a good pass over there for Mel, and Mel missed it. Second shot put up good at the buzzer. Bucket's good, and it's going to be 16-6. 10-minute margin for the Wildcats at the end of one period of play. Second period of play about ready to get underway now. Trojans trailing by 10, 16-6. Ooh, near steal there by Stacy Bechtel. Drops it inside. Gal puts a shot up and in good, and the bucket will count, and a foul is going to be called on a Trojan. To the line will go number 40, shooting one. 40 at the line, shooting one. Andrea Lacha into the ball game now for UDA. Also, here's Hand with it. She's triple teamed over there momentarily. Ball comes loose here. Now somebody got to be loose up here. Nope, the Wildcats come back with it real quickly. Pass it down that side. There's 22 with it. Tries to drop it inside, but it's going to go out of bounds off of a Trojan. And it will be Wildcat ball. 22 will inbound for the Cats. In front here comes Laskowski with it. Laskowski has the ball roll off her fingertips over here for Stacy. She puts a shot up, no good. Rebound comes back to Hand. She gets it back over here for Stacy. Shot off the glass, no good. Rebound on the far side. Trojans control again. Melissa Hand fighting for it. Now she loses it away. Here comes 33 for the Cats. Puts a shot up and she's fouled. Melissa that time, you could cleanly see, had the arm. And that's going to send 33 to the line, shooting two. Gal put the shot up, and Melissa hanging on to her to the extent that the ball only went about 3 feet out of her hand, and that was as far as you could hustle it up with. Melissa hanging on her arm, so foul is called, and her first shot is short. She will get one more try at it. So far, it didn't hurt anything. Reed ready to come into the ball game for UDA. Second shot's good, and time called. Now, nope, no good. Shot is no good as she crossed the foul line. So Trojans now bring Taryn Reed into the ball game for UDA. She will take the place of, of Melissa Hand. Anyway, Laskowski will attempt to inbound here for UDA. She does so over here for Minnick. Minnick going down that left wing side, stops, pops it out in front here now for Reed. Taryn picks it up, bounces it over here for Stacy Bechtel. Stacy, 2 strides inside the line, dumps it off into the corner for Andrea. Shot up and no good by Minnick. Minnick still has it, tries to drop it inside. Andrea has the ball roll loose. It's going to be kicked out of bounds by Laskowski, and into the game will come 4 new members of the Halifax Wildcats. They have, as a matter of fact, they have 5 spares, so they have 2 teams. As do the Trojans have an extra player or 2. 4:40 remaining in the first half. It's 19-6, the Wildcats. Down that right side goes little 15. She was a thorn in the side of the Line Mountain. When Line Mountain played over here, this little 15 was all over the place for the Cats. Hasn't done a whole heck of a lot tonight, but okay. Lachaw ahead here for Minnick. Kelly Calnon back into the ball game for the Trojans. Here's that little 15. Dribbles down the right side, stops, puts a shot up, blocked away, and out of bounds it goes on a real nice block that time by Allison Minnick. And timeout's going to be called again, I think, by, let's see. Timeout called by the Wildcats. 23 remaining, it's 19-6. Trojans trailing by 13. They trailed by 10 at the end of the first period. Okay. Trojans are ready to go following the Wildcat timeout. Bounce pass over to 25. She drops it behind her back over here for this little sparky 15. Has the ball knocked out of her hands nicely. Loose it is on the floor, and it's going to be gathered in by a couple of Trojans, and it will be UDA ball. Allison Minnick doing a fine job that time, as she always does in every ball game. Hustling 105% out there, and she, again, caused the turnover. Here's Andrea held as she tries to go down the right baseline, and that's going to be the third foul on the Halifax Wildcats. Kid will pick up her first, but third team foul, so no shooting yet. Halifax in the bonus. Here's a shot put up by Reed, no good. A foul underneath by Andrea, and she is fouled this time, and I do believe Andrea will go to the line this time, shooting 2. Andrea at the line, shooting 2. This is her first trip to the foul line tonight. And we'll see if Andrea's up to popping a couple of these in. Her first one won't go. Not a heck of a lot of arch on that one. Maybe a little more arch wouldn't help, or wouldn't hurt, I mean. So we'll see. Can Andrea go 50%? I'll tell you in a second here. Looks, nope, a little short. Ball's going to roll loose and come over here and be gathered in by Minnick. Allison. Right wing side, dropping it back here now for Reed. Into the lane she goes with it. Tries to bounce it inside. It comes loose. 30's got it. Whoop, wait a minute. Stacy runs over her as Bechtel ran down number 30. And 30 will go to the line shooting a 1-and-1 as Bechtel picks up the personal foul. Well, it looks to me like the referee assumed that there was going to be, should be a 1-and-1. I think the official scorer should tell him that. Makes a fool out of the official here. However, the board clearly was marked 1-and-1. Why in the world the scorekeepers at the desk don't tell them that? I don't know. And of course, I'm not referring to our beloved Jun Long. I mean the lady from Wildcat country here. First shot, no good. Rebound on the far side by Minnick, and here she comes. Allison dumps it inside, intended for Andrea, off her fingertips, out of bounds, and it will be Halifax ball with 3:43 remaining. Both teams stuck at 19-6. Here's the ball, 43. Long pass underneath, picked off down there by Tara Shive. She has the ball knocked loose, picks it back up again, gets it over here for Kelly, who drops it back there for Minnick. See if the Trojans can get something going here. I'd like to see them run a bucket in here. Here's Minnick with it. Minnick across the court it goes. There's Reed with it, and she goes for a walk as Taryn got all kinds of steps on her over there. And that came with 3:20 remaining, so. Here comes that 15, sparking it into the lane, stops, pops the shot up, no good. Rebound underneath there by one of the tall kids, and back with it comes 43. She dumps it into the right wing corner, right baseline, all tied up out there, dumps it back outside to 15. 30 down the right baseline, rolls loose, out of bounds, and it's going to be, oh gosh, went out of bounds, and I guess it must have hit Allison Minnick first, so it'll be Halifax ball to inbound. Waning, whoops, hold it, 5 seconds is called now, so it will be the Trojans to inbound. As they waited too long, got called for the 5-second violation. And back comes UDA. We're down to 2:50 in the first half. Pass over to the near side. Here's a pass inside for Kelly. She stops, pops the shot up from out front. No good. Rebound to Allison Minnick. Allison puts a shot up. Good. Nice shot, and it's now 8-19. 19-8. Ooh, Allison picks off the inbounds pass, puts a shot up. No good. Rebound coming on the near side is going to be picked up here by the Wildcats. Her pass is picked up by the Trojans. Ooh, here goes Taryn Shive driving it into the bucket, and she is fouled. And Taryn should go to the lane now, shooting, or should to the line now, shooting 2. Taryn at the line, shooting a pair. Here's her first shot. Whoops, no good. She'll get one more attempt. Her second shot, whoops, off a little bit on the left. It'll be Halifax ball due to the fact that the ball hit the glass but didn't hit the net, or didn't hit the rim, so here they come. Oh, 22. No, wait a minute. Now foul's going to be called out here. The foul will be on Tara Shive. 22 could have been called with a walk. It was an awful long, high dribble, but nevertheless, a 1-and-1 will be the call for number 22, as they're both teams now in the bonus. And she'll be at the line shooting a 1-and-1. Here's her first shot. It's good. It's 20-8, and her second shot is good. It's 21-8. Trojans will send a pair into the ball game now, as UDA will inbound. Minnick back into the ball game for UDA, along with Melissa Hand. Pass inside, rolls off Kelly's fingertips, and it's going to be tied up in there, and it'll be Halifax ball. Trojans with some good full court pressure now, as the Halifax gets it over the timeline. Right at the top of the circle is 22. Pass it over to the far side. It's going to go off the fingertips of 30 out of bounds, and so it'll be UDA ball. Stacy Bechtel will inbound here for Allison Minnick. Dumps it inside. Kelly with a turnaround, had a shot, didn't take it. Ball is going to be knocked away from her and goes out of bounds over here. Going to be Trojan ball. Okay, here comes a inbound pass now for a Minnick. Over on the far side it goes. Kelly gets it bounced inside here now. Stands around, going to get tied up with it. Nope, gives it back over to the far side. Shot from the far side, good. Two-pointer for Melissa Hand, and it's now 21-10. Here's a ball going to be passed out of bounds on the inbound pass, and so it'll be UDA ball with 1:24 remaining. 1:24. See if the Trojans can get a little bit more going here. Here's Hand with it over on the far side. Melissa works it back out in front now. Over here for Stacy. Stacy Bechtel looking around, gets it inside to Kelly Calnon. Kelly puts a shot up, and she's fouled. And number 40 will pick up the personal foul. Kelly will go to the line shooting 2. Kelly to the line for the first time tonight. And I believe Kelly looks ready. She's going to shoot 2. We'll see. Come on, Kel. Here's her first shot. It is good. Hung it right to the bottom of the bucket. She gets on the scoreboard. It's 21-11. And she'll get one more attempt. Is she going to go 100% from the line? I would say yes. Yes, and she did. All right, 21-12. Margin down to 9 with 1:13 remaining. Here's a pass going to get away. Kelly's going to gather it in for the Trojans. Passes it back over here for Minnick, and the Trojans can come back and climb to within 7 here now. Minnick with it. Over, whoops, trying to get it inside. Goes on the floor. Kelly rolls after it. It's gathered back in by the Trojans. Minnick again with it. Whoop, tries to pass it inside. Knocked away by those taller gals inside. And here goes 22 with it. Nice pass over here for 30. Tries one up on the left side. Good. And it's 23-12. The margin back up to 11. We are down to 35 seconds remaining in the first half. Whoop, wait a minute. Holding foul or blocking foul is going to be called number 40. That's a couple fouls on her. We'll see what they put up there. And Stacy will go to, that's 3 as a matter of fact. 3 on this big 40 gal here. And Stacy Bechtel will be at the line shooting a 1-and-1 as number 40 must leave now with 3 fouls on her and 33 seconds remaining here in the first half. See if Stacy can make the front end of this one. Here's her shot. It's no good. Rebound comes off to the Cats. Long pass over here for 40. Bounces it underneath. 22 stops, pops. No good. Rebounded under there by the Trojans. Andrea Latcha coming off with it and back with it here for Stacy Bechtel now. Stacy with 15 seconds remaining here in the first period, or the first half. Here's a shot put up by Allison Minnick and a foul called underneath. Foul's going to be away from the shot. Or was it on the shot? I guess it was on the shot. Allison will go to the line shooting a pair. I didn't really see the foul, but anyway, Allison to the line shooting 2 as the Halifax Wildcat ball player picks up her first personal with 13 seconds remaining here in the first half. And here's Allison's first shot. Good. Hey, nice shot. Beautiful shot. Just ripped the old net. And it's a 10-point margin now. 23-13 with 13 seconds left. Second shot. Good. Nice job. Allison goes 2 for 2. And we've got a 9-point margin again here. Now here's a long inbound pass. Should be picked off by Andrea Latchaw. It is. Back over here now for Kelly Calnon. Kelly going to bring it down here. There's 7 seconds left. She dumps it back over here for hand. Her shot from way outside is no good. Rebound comes off the Trojan 2. 1 second left. Nope, that's it. Well, kind of a exciting first half as the first half comes to the end with the Trojans down by 9, 23-14. Second half underway here now. The Trojans go to work with the ball to begin the second half of play. Ball's lost away, but the ball lost out of the hands of a Trojan onto the Wildcats, but the Wildcat steps out of bounds with it. The pass over here for Shive. She puts a shot up, won't go. Rebound come off to Latchaw. Latchaw stops, puts a shot up, blocked away by the tallish number 40 in there. And back with it come the Wildcats. Here's a shot put up. That won't go either, but there's that big number 25. And she is fouled. I believe it might have been Stacy Bechtel that picked up the foul that time for the Trojans. Yep. Stacy picks up her third with 5:34 remaining in period number 3. 25 at the line, shooting 2. First shot's no good, off to the left. Still 23-14. Trojans trailing by 9 here in the third period. Had started to play some pretty good ball toward the end of the second period. Had a slow start. Now that shot's good. And it's 24-14. 10-point margin. Stacy ahead over here now, and a walk will be called on Allison as Allison kind of got it going before she could get the dribble down. And it's called a walk. Ball will be out of bounds to the Wildcats underneath their bucket down here. Long inbound pass for 33. Over here for 30. Right baseline. Trying to dump it inside. Ball stolen away, but knocked out of bounds out of the hands of Andrea Latchaw. And it'll be Wildcats to maintain possession, 22 with it. Ooh, ball tipped away on the inbound pass very nicely by Stacy Bechtel, but they get it back. Here's Minnick out here with it. Ooh, backcourt will be called on the Wildcats. Another great defensive move out there by Allison Minnick. Doing a job, knocking the ball loose and causing the backcourt violation on the Wildcats when you get right down to it. Okay. Here comes Tara into the corner for Stacy Bechtel. Out in front now for Minnick. Minnick inside, nice pass inside to Latchaw. And Andrea's shot won't go. And back with it come the Wildcats. Ball thrown over here, but picked up. 22 has it, puts a shot up, no good. Rebound comes right back out there to a Wildcat. Her shot's no good. And 40 grabs it and just lops one up, and in it goes. 26-14. Pass ahead here now for Tara Shive. Tara into the corner, she works it. Nice dump inside for Tara, and Tara's foul. No, Tara goes for a walk, they say. As the block is made, Tara was unable to get Andrea was unable to get the shot off. And back with it come the Wildcats. Pass underneath for 30, out of her hands and out of bounds, and that will be UDA ball now.
Look like you're a bunch of Indians sneaking up on me here.
Okay, back with it come the Trojans. Over on the far side, here's Allison Minnick across the timeline. Back over to Tara Scheib. Tara passes it underneath in here, intended for Manning that time, but back with it come the Wildcats again on a steal. 22 stops and pops, no good. Rebound of 43 over here, and she is fouled. She will go to the line shooting a pair. Allison Minnick picks up her first personal foul of the ball game. Be a shooting foul. 43 at the line to shoot 2. First shot is no good, and it remains a 12-point margin now, 26-14, with 4:06 remaining in period number 3. Second shot, no good, rolls off this side, picked up by Andrea Latchaw. And back come the Trojans. Minnick with it. Minnick into the lane, stops, dumps it inside nicely, and there was Mel Manning, and Mel's shot just would not go down. Oh, wait a minute, a walk will be called here as 22 loses the handle on it. And it's going to be UDA ball. Here comes Allison with a head of steam. Bounces it over here for Andrea. Andrea has the ball tapped away from her, but Minnick picks it up, gets it back out in here. Over in there for Mel. Mel puts a shot up, partially blocked, or a foul. Foul this time will be a number 40. And that's going to be her 4th, I believe, on number 40. Yep. So on 40, and I do believe that'll be her 4th personal. Indeed it will. And back into the game is going to come Hand. Melissa Hand will come in and take Tara Scheib's place for the Trojans. And number 40 stays in there now with 4 fouls on her. And first shot here by Melody Manning is no good, off to the left. And now big number 40 for the Cats is going to leave and be replaced by number 44. Melody Manning at the line for her 2nd of 2. Here it is. It is no good, and the rebound's going to come off to the Wildcats. Ahead here for 30. 22's got it. Puts a shot up that won't go, but a foul will be called, and Melissa Hand will pick up her 1st or 2nd. I'm not sure which. And 22 will go to the line shooting 2. For Melissa, that was her 2nd personal foul. First shot, no good. Second shot by 22 is good, and it's now 27-14, 13-point margin. Trojans have not scored here in the second half. Here they're going to do it this time, though. Here, oh, pass knocked down by 44. Back ahead over here for little number 30. She bounces over here for 43, who just came in the ball game. She puts a shot up, no good. Rebound saved from going out of bounds by the Wildcats, and back with it comes Mel Manning, and she drops it back here now to Allison. Allison with a pass or a shot. I guess it was a pass, I think intended for Stacy Bechtel. Couldn't really tell. It was nearly against the bankboard, but nevertheless, back with it come the Wildcats. .22 rolling it around on the floor. Picks it up, dumps it underneath the 30. Right baseline shot, good. 29-14. Here comes Melissa. Whoops, hold everything. Blocking foul is going to be called on number 43. And I think Melissa's okay. It's kind of like she may have injured her knee there slightly, but I guess not. And it will be Minnick with it for the Trojans. For Bechtel. Bechtel tripped up in there. And back with it come the Wildcats, and Allison Minnick will pick up her 2nd or 3rd now as a, let's see, for Allison, her 2nd. Timeout's going to be called now by the Trojans, I believe. Trojans have come out here in the second half, but they didn't start to play yet. It's 29-14 with 2:36 remaining in the third. Long inbound pass picked away by the Trojans right after the break. Oh, no foul on that. Come on. Anyway, back with it come the Trojans. Here's Allison. I thought it looked like walk, but not. Shot from the side. No good. And the ball underneath, and a tie-up will ensue, as it was Andrea Latchuk getting tied up with a couple of Wildcats under there, but it was Halifax ball. 15 looks so much different tonight compared to the night she played against the Lion Mountain Eagles. It's a ball loose in the corner, and a tie-up in there. Yep, good tie-up that time. Nice job by Melissa Hand. Now the Wildcats with a 29-14 lead drop back into a zone defense. That should not stagger the Trojans quite as much as that man-to-man bothers them, that's for sure. There's a pass over here for Minnick, and whoa, foul's going to be called. 25 will pick up the personal foul for the Wildcats, and that'll be non-shooting. Be the team's third. Number 40's third, or 25's third rather, but anyway, here's a bounce pass inside for Latchaw. Latchaw puts a shot up and in, good. And Andrea, I believe, will go to the line, shooting, yep. Shooting to complete a three-pointer here now. Andrea working herself loose underneath there, had a good shot and was fouled. And she'll try to make a three-pointer out of this. First 2 points of the second half for UDA JV ladies here. Her shot is good, so Andrea gets herself a three-point play. And it's now 29-17. 15 spinning around with it out here. Bounces it over near side. Double teamed over there. Passes loose. Back comes Stacy. Bechtel. A 1-on-2. She puts a shot high off the glass. No good. Rebounded by 12. And then a walk will be called as she took off with it and forgot to dribble. Minute 29 remaining in the third period. 30 checks back in again for Halifax. And Minnick will inbound for the Trojans. Tries to do so right underneath. The ball gets loose under there. And it's going to go off of 33 of the Wildcats. Trojans nearly had Melody Manning breaking loose that time. Now here's a ball passed underneath. Mel with it, and the ball is going to be a jump, and it's going to be Halifax ball this time. As they put the ball into the paint, and there was all kinds of Wildcats in there along with Mel Manning, and so they tied her up. Whoop, foul called down here. Holding foul is going to be called, I think, on Melissa Hand. Yep, Melissa picked up the holding foul on the inbound play, and that's going to give number 30 a chance to go to the line here to shoot a 1-and-1. Taryn Reed going to come back into the ball game now to replace Melissa Hand with 1:22 remaining in period 3. 29-17. Her first shot short. Rebounded though by the Cats. Jumps up in the air. No walk called. Back with it come the Trojans. Ball loose. Here is walk going to be called now, as they say. No foul on that one. And they claim Allison was just held up. Allison looking at her arm where the girl held her up all right. Just about tore the skin off her arm. Here's Allison with a good steal. Back here for Taryn Reed. Taryn is bumped into by 15, and 15 will pick up the foul. And Taryn will go to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Trojans could not believe there was no foul on the play where Allison had lost the ball. Now another 3 or 4 people coming in here for Halifax. As Taryn positions herself at the line, Trojan's going to send a couple more in here now. It's Kara Laskowski comes in. She'll replace Andrea Latchaw. And Taryn Reed will be at the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Her first shot's good. Nice shot, Taryn. Good job. Taryn will see if she can go 100% from the line here tonight. Her second shot looks good. Is good. Whoop, wait a minute. Nope, stepped over the line. They get a lot of calls like that on the girls, it seems. I don't know. But I guess if you look at the tape, I guess she did it. Anyway, she went 1 for 2 then. Here's Allison Minnick with another super steal, but the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Halifax ball. Allison playing one heck of a ball game. So we'll isolate on her for just a second. Here's a ball tapped again out of bounds, and my goodness, the girl, that's Allison's second steal. And the ball going out of bounds, and it's off of Allison again, they say. So anyway, here's the ball inbounded, tapped away by Allison, but gathered back in by the Wildcats. There's a nice ball knocked away by Mel Manning in there. Ball back to 22, 16-foot shot put up, no good. Rebounded over here to Manning. She'll drop it back over here now for Taryn Reed as they start it back. It's 29-18. We're down to 40 seconds remaining in period 3. Into the corner. Bechtel for 2 from the side. No good. Rebound underneath there by Manning. Back in here, she spins it to Taryn, and Taryn has the ball knocked loose, gathered back in by Laskowski. Carroll give it back over here now for Minnick. Allison has that ball tapped loose. Stolen away. Tripped up in there is 22. Ball rolling loose. Let me see the call this time. The both officials look at each other, and the lady ref says, hey, that's up and off in ball. I'll tell you, letting it get out of hand out here a little bit. Anyway, we've got 15 seconds right now remaining here in period 3. So Trojan need to set up for 1. Carroll over here. Shot by Manning. Won't go. Rebound comes to Manning. Passes it over on the far side. Shot by Reed. No good. And a foul should be called as 24. Went up over the back of Stacy. And Stace should go to the line. Shooting what? 1-and-1? Or, yeah, I guess a 1-and-1. Anyway, Stacy can make the game just a little more exciting. 5 seconds remaining. And Stacy will be at the line shooting 2. Stacy knocked down a couple of these here. Here's her first one. It's no good. Oh, I thought the referee signaled 2, but I guess not. Okay. Anyway, back with it. Oh, here's a ball right at the buzzer. It won't count if it goes. But Allison with that good steal once again, right at the buzzer. And Trojans look as though they're coming to life again here late in the third period. Got 6 minutes to play, and it's 29-18. The Trojans trailing by 11. Okay, it'll be UDA ball as we begin period number 4. Allison Minnick with it. Bounces it over here now for Stacy Bechtel. Stacy down on the left wing side here. Bounces it back out here for Allison. Allison with it loose. Puts the shot up. Won't go. Rebound in there to number 40. Oh, a walk. Oh, my gosh. No walk called. Wait a second here. 22 puts a shot up and in. Good. What is going on? Anyhow, 31-18. 31-18. And back with it comes Allison again. She'll drop it inside here this time as Stacy stopped. Allison has it back over here for Reed, and Reed's fouled. Blocking foul will be called on number 30. And Taryn will go to the foul line, shooting a 1-and-1. First shot, good. 31-19. Second shot, also good. 2 nice foul shots, good job. And it's 31-20. Here's an inbound pass. And back with it they come. Out in front. Near side, stolen away by Allison Minnick. Allison going in. Puts the shot up, and a foul will be called as 22. Rode her to the wall. And that'll give Allison a chance to put in 2 more. Actually, the Trojans keep taking it to the hoop here. They're going to get an awful lot of fouls out of the Wildcat gals. And if they can become consistent from the line. We're going to close the gap here. Here's Allison's first one. Ooh, no good. Well, let's see if we can make half of them. Stacy Bechtel comes in, says something to her, says, put it down the middle of the bucket. So let's see if she can this time. Second shot. Whoops, in and out. Rebound comes off to the big gals, and it's underneath it goes. Ball still on the floor. Ball knocked away by Stacy Bechtel. Out of bounds. Trojans doing some good forecourt pressure now. All over the place here on this inbound play. Cal looking around. Gets it underneath here. She's double teamed, but gets it back here to 22. 22 with a pass underneath. Here's a shot. No good. Rebound comes off to Laskowski. And Laskowski gets it back over here for Minnick, and back with it comes Allison Minnick. She'll slow her down out front here now. Go around the right side, put it over there for Bechtel. Bechtel inside to Laskowski. Over to the near side. Here's Reed with it, and Reed's going to be called for a walk. Didn't really see that one real well, but Taryn called for the walk. .22 with a head of steam, right by everybody. Rolls it over to the left side. She puts a shot up good. Little 30 or 43 from over there. 33 to 20. 4:20 remaining in the ball game. Halifax up. Whoops, here's a pass in and out of the hands of Taryn. Taryn couldn't grab the handle on that one. And it'll be Wildcat ball. She inbounds it over on the far side. Wasn't intended that way, but that's the way it went. Here's a pass down into the corner, back out in front. Top of the circle, stops, dumps it inside. It's going to be picked off there by Reed in the lane, and a foul is going to be called on who? Foul will be called on 30. And Taryn will go to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Exactly 4 minutes remaining in the ball game. Here's her first shot, no good. Rebound comes back off here to Reed, and she puts a shot up and in good. Taryn with a little 12-footer from out in front. That was a nice shot. Here's a pass ahead here now. Into the corner it goes, off the fingertips of a Wildcat, out of bounds. Got an 11-point ball game here now with 3:45 remaining. It's 33-22. Melissa Hand checks in to take the place of Taryn Reed. Right now it's Minnick, Bechtel, Latshaw, Manning, who has the shot. No good. Rebound on the far side, though. Spun away. Whoa, hold everything. Foul call underneath. It's going to stay right here, and the Trojans with another opportunity from the line. I think, let's see, who will it be? Andrea Latshaw, I think, will go to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. And Andrea, a darn good shooter. Let's see if she can pop a couple in here. Okay, Andrea at the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Here's her first shot. Good. Whoop, wait a minute. She stepped across the line. Well, I don't know how you get out of that. I guess step back a step or something. I don't know what the answer to that is. Anyway, ball goes to the floor. Hands got it. Passes it back over here for Minnick. Minnick is fouled as she goes to the floor hard. 43 ran into her. Closed the gap immediately. And Minnick will go to the line. See, now if we could have got a couple of fouls there. Trojans are shooting. They're just not making some of their fouls now. But let's see if we can get Allison here to pop a couple in here. Hey, you sneak up two at a time. That's the way the game's played. 33-22 with 3:28 remaining. First shot, beautiful. Great shot. Try that again. Here's her second shot, a little short. Rebound comes out to the Wildcats. Here she is, 1-on-1, goes 22. Dribbles in the lane, stops, puts the shot up, no good. Rebound by 30. She puts her shot up, no good. 40 over the back of everybody, no call. Rebound comes out and rolls loose, picked up by 30. She stuffs her shot up, no good. 33 over on the far side. Has it blocked away. Back with it comes Melissa Hand for the Trojans. Ahead here now as down goes Andrea Latshaw. Pretty hard over here, but she's okay, I think. Ball picked up on in front by Minnick. Minnick dumps it into the corner here for Melissa Hand. Melissa works it out in front. Here's Mel with a shot. No good. Rebound underneath nicely by Manning. And let's see, a tie up. It's going to be Halifax ball. So the Trojans were working it good that time. Just didn't quite get anything out of that time, but looked darn good to me. Okay. Andrea going to come out of the ball game now as the Trojans steal away here. Hand with the steal on the inbounds pass. Let's go, Trojans. Get a couple here. Scare these guys. Here's Minnick driving the baseline. A foul's going to be called. 33 will pick up the personal. And Allison Minnick to the line again, shooting a 1-and-1. It's a 10-point ball game, and Allison at the line. First shot good. 9-point ball game. 33-24. With 2:44 remaining. Let's close it to 8 here. Second shot, good. We've got an 8-point ball game, 33-25. Trojans all over the court. On the inbound pass and a foul will be called. Mel Manning will pick up the personal. That time Mel got just a little bit overactive, trying to pick off that inbound pass. But hey, good try. And so far this stuff has helped the Trojans more than it's helped. Mel picks up her third with 2:43 remaining, so no problem there for Mel. And 25 goes to the line now, shooting a 1-and-1. Don't know what kind of a foul shooter this big gal is, but we'll see here in a moment. Here's her first shot. It's no good. Rebound comes back out here and it's going to be picked up by 40. She throws it up and in. I can't believe that gal's shot. That isn't even a shot. Grabs the ball, throws it as though she was trying to knock a duck off of a fence. And the thing went in. All right. Here's a shot from the side. No good. Rebound underneath by the Trojans. And tie up under there. And it's going to stay UDA ball. Good job that time by Stacy Bechtel. Tying up that Wildcat underneath. Going for the rebound. Andrea Lacho will report back into the ball game now for UDA. And she will take Kara Laskowski's spot. So we can get some offense here. Here's a pass into Andrea. Turnaround shot. Good. Andrea with a little 10-footer. Loops it up there. And the Trojans eke a little closer. Here's the shot. Over on the far side. Oh, 22. Never touched her, right? Okay. 22 with the foul. And this is going to send Minnick to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Come on, Allison. Whoop. Timeout now. Going to be called as Allison stepped to the line to take her shots. The Wildcats elect to call time with 2:12 remaining and a 7-point margin. 35, or an 8-point margin, 35-27. Okay, the timeout is over, and Allison Minnick at the line to shoot her first shot, and it's good. And it's a 7-point ball game now, 35-28. See if Allison can get it to 6. That'd be as close as the Trojans have been in a while. Here's her shot. It is no good. Rebound on the far side to number 12. Trojans will immediately attack her. Ball comes back over here. Allison Minnick after it. Now she comes up here, and Stacy Bechtel will be called with a foul, and she hung on to number 22. And 22 will go to the line, shooting a 1-and-1 with 2:04 remaining. For Bechtel, that is her 4th personal foul. Here's her first shot. It's good. 36-28. 8-point margin again now for Halifax with 2:04 remaining. Second shot, no good. Rebound to 40. She throws one up. It won't go. Rebound on the far side to Andrea Lacha. And back with it comes Allison Minnick. Allison driving down the left side here. Stops, tries to pop one inside. Rolls off a couple hands. Comes free, and the Wildcats pick it up. Long pass over here. Here's 40 with a shot. Throws it up backwards from underneath the bucket. Next shot put up and a foul called. 25 will go to the line. Shooting 2. 2 shots. First shot, good. 37-28. Now the margin's back up to 9 as the Wildcats start to sew it up here. They would up here. Minute 43 remaining. Second shot, no good. Rebound comes off to Manning. Ahead for Lachaw. Lachaw has the ball knocked away, but she gets it back again. Gives it back over here to Vinnick. Allison bounces it over on the far side, intended for Bechtel, but stolen away by that sneaky number 33 of the Wildcats. And here's 22. Into the lane, stops and pops one up good. 22 has had a heck of a nice ball game, and she just gave the Wildcats their 39th points. It's 39-28. 11-point margin again now for Wildcats. Here's Andrea underneath. She stops, pops one up real short. Rebound's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be Halifax ball. Halifax sends in 3 new persons into the ball game. As Kuppenhaver gets ready to come in for UDA. There's a bounce pass in here for 15. Ahead to 22, or 12 rather this time. She passes it over on the left wing side, puts a shot up, no good. Rebound by 24. She hustles a shot up short, no good. Andrea Latshaw with the rebound for the Trojans, and back with it comes UDA with 45 seconds remaining in the contest. And coach Steve Klinger shouts out timeout, and that's what they've got. 45 seconds remaining. It's 39-28. The Trojans trailing by 11. 45 seconds remaining. Pass inside to Kelly Calnon. She stops, has the ball stolen right out of her hands, and back with it comes that tricky 15. Over to 24. Ball loose. Going to be knocked out of bounds by the Trojans. Or no, they say it went off of a... Or yeah, it went off a Trojan. Okay, that's what I thought it did. Okay, here's the inbounds pass with 33 seconds remaining. 15, spins around out in front, takes it into the lane, stops, hands it to 24. And to the floor goes Laskowski in number 24. And on the tie-up, it will remain Wildcat ball. Halifax getting a little coaching here from the official with 27 seconds remaining. Whoa, wait a minute. That had to be dribbled out of bounds. It was. And back with it come the Trojans with just 25 seconds left to play in the ballgame. Here comes Tara Scheib. Tara has the ball knocked loose. It'll go out of bounds off of 15 of the Wildcats, so it'll be UDA ball. 19 seconds. Tara with it. Inside to Kelly. Kelly has a shot from way out front, short by 3 feet, and it goes out of bounds underneath. Kelly might have thought about dribbling into the lane that time as the lane opened up for her. The gal that was defending her went by her. But anyway, back comes 15. Dribbling down here. Stops, pops, no good. Rebound comes off to the Wildcats. Inside it goes. We're down to 2 seconds. And that's going to, wow, no, it didn't end it. Foul's called underneath. Foul will be on the Trojans with 1 second. 32. Kelly picks up her second personal foul with just 1 second remaining. So that will send number 44 of the Cats to the line, shooting 1 or 2. 2, I guess. First shot's good. Makes it 40-28. Her second shot is also good, 41-28 with 1 second remaining. Whoever gets it has got to throw it up. There Tara does, but she just throws it ahead. And anyway, that's the end of the ball game. So, final score here now in the preliminary game to the varsity. It's the junior varsity. Wildcats 41 and the Trojans 28. So the Trojans drop a 13-pointer here to Halifax. Catch you later with another JV basketball extravaganza. Well, the JVs have dropped the ball game to the Halifax Wildcats tonight, but the varsity coming out here to play a 3-10 Halifax Wildcat team in the Battle of the O's tonight. I think the Trojans would have to get the edge, at least as favorites. But when Coach Tom Ozenbach and his son Bob Ozenbach get together, just about anything can happen, so we'll see what happens. Trojans have been reeling a bit lately. And the Wildcats, I'm not sure exactly what they've been doing, but with a announced 3-10 record, they haven't been doing a whole heck of a lot. But nevertheless, should be another classic UDA Halifax basketball game. Here's a shot taken, and Alicia Moon will pick it off for the Trojans. And Jamie Erdman with it now as they'll work it back. Here ahead to Alicia, back over here for Jamie. Jamie down into the corner, it goes. Brandy Williard turns around, puts a shot up. No good, rebounded over here to Stacy Snyder. She throws a shot up and in good. Stacy Snyder hits the first 2 points of the ball game for the Trojans. It's 2-0. This is Trish Laudenschlager with it for the Halifax Wildcats. Ahead over on the far side now for Dorman. Back over here for Laudenschlager. Near side it comes to Spots. Spots checking around with it at the top of the circle. Dribbles it back over there. Ball stolen away nicely by Bechtel. Kim puts a shot up and in good. It's 4-0 UDA. Pass ahead here now for Spots. She'll stop, gets double teamed. Oh, and a foul will be called. A foul will be on Alicia Moon. Alicia picks up first foul of the ball game. And Alicia, the last ball game we taped, Alicia went out early with fouls, and she picks up her first one here with just 42 seconds gone in the ball game. And Halifax with the ball. This is Laudenschlager trying to pass it underneath. It's picked off under there by Kim Bechtel. Kim coming away with it for the Trojans. She's got 2 of the Trojans' 4 points. Back over here for Erdman. Bechtel with it, drops it into the corner here now for Stacy Snyder. Jamie Erdman at the top for a Moon over in the left wing side. Here's a shot blocked, picked up again by Bechtel, and Bechtel nails another 2-pointer, and it's now 6-0. Bechtel, I think it might have been Bechtel, had one heck of a game like that this year where Kim just couldn't miss, and maybe this will be one of those kinds of games. I don't know. Pass underneath here for Heidi. And a shot taken on the far side there by Laudenschlager. Trish hits the first one. And it's 6-2. Here comes Bechtel losing the handle, picks it back up. Alicia's got it, steps inside the 2-point line and puts a shot out good. 18-footer for Alicia Moon, and it's now 8-2. Trish Laudenschlager. Alicia Moon working on her. Into the corner for Dorman. Missy's generally their high point gal for Coach Bob Ozenbach's team. She gets it going from the corner over there eventually, and Missy got a pretty darn good shot. She was the one that the Wildcats, one of the ones the Wildcats were really depending on this year. Here's Heidi with a shot up and in good, and it's now 8-2. Ball stolen away by Spots. Underneath it goes, and there's that little Dorman. And Missy hits it, and it's a now 8-6 ball game. As the Wildcats have awakened with a vengeance here now, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Halifax. Be the first team foul. No, it'll be the first team foul. And with 4 minutes and 59 seconds remaining, the Trojans will inbound the ball. Stacy Snyder will inbound for UDA. Foul is on Trish Laudenschlager, her first. Alicia Moon over here in the right wing side, dumps it inside, and a foul will be called as Heidi Myers went over the top of Brandy Williard. And that's going to be the second team foul, none shooting again. First foul for Heidi, second foul for the team. Here's Moon from the side. Alicia, shot won't go. Rebound over on the far side. Foul be called. Let's see. Foul may be on Dorman, I believe. It'll be a pushing foul, and that's 3 quick personal fouls that the Wildcats have picked up. Dorman picks up her first. 4:45 remaining here in the first. Here's Moon, stops, pops, no good. Rebound underneath there by Dorman. Missy spins it ahead. Here she comes by herself. Slows her down out here now. Gets it over here for Laudenschlager inside. Heidi with a shot. No good. Rebound over on the far side. Comes off to the Wildcats. And the ball stolen away by Jamie Erdman. Into the corner she goes with it. And back out she'll start. Jamie looking around over here. Passes over for Alicia Moon. Ooh, Moon inside here for Erdman. And a foul called. As Laudenschlager, I guess it is, will pick up her second. Trish picks up personal foul number 2, none shooting. It'll be the 4th team foul. So one more and the Trojans will be in the bonus. 4:13 remaining here in period 1. Trojans up by 2, 8-6. Shot put up underneath by Williard, comes against the bottom of the bucket, bottom of the bankboard actually. And here comes Laudenschlager down here. Ball spins loose. Heidi Myers picks it up, rolls one off the rim, no good. Picked up out in front here by Spots. Spots looking in deep, tries to get in here for Heidi Myers. Packs it back out. Over on the far side it goes. Dorman from over there, good. So there's that little Missy Dorman, and she ties up the ball game here at 8-8. Here comes Moon with it. Over here for Snyder. Jamie Erdman down the right wing side, drops it off here for Snyder. Cross court pass for Bechtel. Now Moon has it. Snyder with a shot, no good off the side. And back with it come the Trojans as they gather it back in over there on a good save by Williard that time. Here's a ball. Here's Williard on the left baseline, puts a shot up, partially blocked, and Hand comes down with it for the Wildcats. And back comes Trish Laudenschlager. She can tie it up for her Wildcats. Ooh, nearly stolen away, but not quite. Shot from the side, good. Dorman. Missy hits another one and gives the Wildcats a 10-8 lead. The Trojans had rushed out to a 6-0 lead, then led 8-2. And now Alicia Moon ties it 10-10 with 2:45 remaining in the first period. Good ball game, as I told you it would be. These two teams get together. Here's Spots. Left baseline, shot put up, and a foul called. Foul will be on number 14, Jamie Erdman. And Spots will go to the line, shooting 2. The first shot is no good. It's her second shot, and it is no good. And back with it come the Wildcats. Spots passes it over there, and a shot taken, no good. Rebound comes off to Snyder. She gives it to Alicia Moon, and Jamie Erdman has it now. All tied up at 10. 2:20 remaining in period 1. Here's Moon, 18-footer from out in front, no good. Rebound comes right off there to Jen Hand. Here's her pass, partially blocked away. The pass by Spots. Brandy Williards got it, fakes once, puts a shot up, no good. Rebound there to the Trojans as, let's see, ball comes back here, crowd calling for a walk. Moon steps up, buffs a shot up, no good. Jen Hand with another rebound for the Wildcats. Jen is a freshman. Big gal, number 42 out there. Freshman for the Wildcats. Shot from the side by Spots is no good, and a foul will be called on Jamie Erdman. Jamie picks up her second, I believe. Timeout call now as Jamie Erdman picks up her second personal foul with 1:45 remaining in period 1. The Trojans and the Wildcats all tied up at 10. Spots will be at the line shooting 2. Following the timeout. Here's the first shot. No good. Miss Spots will get one more. Her second one is also no good. Rebound's going to come off to Hand. Jen's got it. Fires it back over here. Now Heidi Myers has it. Drops it back here for Spots. She takes a shot for 3. In and out it went, and a foul's called. Stacy Snyder will be called for the foul as she went into Jen Hand underneath there. Stacy picks up her first one, and I believe that's going to give the... No, wait a minute. Hold everything. Apparently the foul was on Jen Hand. Yeah, I'm not really sure. The scorekeeper thought it was on Upper Dauphin also. He had corrected the fouls on the board, and Jen Hand picked up the foul underneath there. And that's going to send Snyder to the line shooting a 1-and-1 as the Trojans are into the bonus now. Here's the first shot. In and out, no good. Rebound under there nicely by Williard. She puts a shot up, no good. The rebound comes down to Myers. And she'll drop it back here now for Trish Laudenschlager. Laudenschlager near side over here for Spidell. Shot by Laudenschlager's good. 15-footer from out in front. And it's now a 12-10 ball game. Trojans trailing by 2. Here's a shot by Faust, no good. And back with it comes Dorman for the Wildcats. Over here for Trish Laudenschlager. Into the corner here now for Spidell. Spidell looking around, gets it back out here for Lodgeslager. Cross-court pass for Dorman. Shot, no good, but that's where she's deadly. And Missy missed one. Brandy Williard with the rebound. Back over here for Moon. Ahead here now for Bechtel. Kim's got it. Bounces it over here for Faust. Back out to Bechtel. Top of the circle. Over here for Snyder. To Bechtel. Moon swings it over here. There's a shot by Faust short. A rebound's going to be controlled. Nope, stepped out of bounds. Did Stacy Snyder. And that's going to be 23 seconds remaining here. Trojans now trailing by 2, 12-10. Lodgeslager ahead over there for Dorman. Dorman stops and pops good. High off the glass. That darn Missy is something else. And it's now a 14-10 ball game. Pass ahead here for Faust. She tries to dump it inside, knocking around in there. The ball loose. Controlled by the Trojans. We're down to no time remaining as the first period comes to an end. So the Trojans jumped out quickly and now find themselves trailing by 4, 14-10 at the end of 1. Second period underway now with the Trojans trailing by 4, 14-10. Here's Erdman with it. Or Bechtel with it. Puts a shot up, no good. Back with it comes Spots. Ahead to Dorman underneath. Shot put up, no good. Ball's going to come loose. Jamie Erdman with it over on the far side for the Trojans. Whoa, wait a minute. We got tangled up out there with Dorman, but anyway. Bechtel has it. Over on the far side for Moon. Alicia drives the left side, puts a shot up, no good. Rebound comes off to Erdman underneath. Jamie tied up in the lane, has the ball stripped from her by Shauna Spidell, and back with it come the Wildcats. Here's Mel Spots. I think her name is Mel, something like that. Over here for Dorman. Back out in front. Heidi Myers with a shot. In and out, no good. Rebound to Williard of the Trojans. Gives it back over here for Erdman. Ahead here now for Alicia Moon. Alicia with it. Drops it over here on the right wing side. Pass out in front to Bechtel. She takes a long shot from out front. That is short, no good. Rebound to Erdman over on the far side. Moon for 3. It is no good. Rebound comes back out here for Williard. Williard in the lane. Has the ball stripped away from her. And back with it come these Wildcats. Pass back for Spots. Near side over here for Spidell. Back to Spots. Spots working around out in front. Jamie Erdman on her to Spidell. Dumped it in inside. Here's a pass underneath. And coming away with it now is Erdman. Jamie down the right wing side. Stops. Brings it back out in front here for Moon. Alicia for 2 from out in front. No good. Spots with the rebound. Back she comes for her Wildcats. They lead the Trojans. Here's a ball she throws up from out in front. No good. Rebound comes off to Erdman. Jamie with it. Over the far side. Nice pass to Bechtel. And Kim puts the ball up and in. And it's now 14-12. Trojans trailing by 2. Spots for Dorman. Missy winding down that right side. Right in the right baseline. Stops. Gets tied up in there by a couple of Trojans. Oh, and a foul is going to be called. Ooh. Foul called underneath, and I think the foul may be on 14, Erdman, and if it is, that'll be her 3rd. Jamie's going to have to check out of the ballgame now as Heather Williard comes in for the Trojans. Jamie picks up personal foul number 3 in the early going here of period number 2, so that does not bode well for the Trojans. Here's Spidell with it down the right base, or down the right side there, drops it out in front here for Myers. Now Laudenschlager's got it. Trish dumps it inside. Nice pass and a shot taken in there, but no good. The shot was taken by hand. She missed it, and back with it come the Wildcats. Here's a shot put up, no good. Rebound on the far side by Jen Hand. Dumps it out in front to Tricia Laudenschlager. She passes it inside. Here's Hand standing in the lane. Has the ball knocked out of her hands by Brandy Williard on a good defensive play. And the Wildcats will maintain possession underneath the bucket as Laudenschlager will inbound for Halifax. Does so back here for Hand. Jen into the paint, stops, and a walk will be called now as Jen got tied up in there that time by Stacy Snyder, and she will be called for the walk. Give the ball back to the Trojans. Here comes Moon ahead here now for Bechtel. Over here for Williard. Good two-pointer over here for Heather Williard, who just entered the ball game moments ago. We got 4 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the first half, and we're tied again at 14. Lodgenschlager inside for Myers. Over here for Spidell now. Spots at the top of the circle. Trish Lodgenschlager looking around. Now she's going to try to go down the lane. Puts a shot up. Wait a minute, though. A walk will be called. Trisha got herself all tangled up in there with a couple of Trojans, and twice now the Trojans have caused a walk while the ball was in the paint. Spidell will leave as Dorman comes back into the ball game for the Halifax Wildcats. Moon ahead for Williard. Stacy Snyder has it. For Moon. Moon stops and pops for two. In and out it goes. No good. Rebound comes down over there to a Cat. And a foul will be called as somebody, I'm not sure whom it is. We'll have to find out here. Tangled up there with Heidi Myers. Foul is called on Brandy Williard. And Heidi Myers will go to the foul line shooting a 1-and-1. Cats into the bonus. Her first shot's good. She breaks the tie and puts the Cats ahead by two now, 16-14. Alicia Moon ahead over here for Stacy Snyder. Pops it ahead now, and there's a ball tapped away in there by Spots. Gathered in by Lodgenschlager of the Wildcats, and back comes Trish. Top of the foul line for Dorman down that right side. Dorman dribbles the right baseline and puts a shot up and in good. Right around Angie Faust that time went Missy Dorman. Missy's about 5'5", I think, or something like that. But, gosh. Wait a minute. Walk's going to be called on Stacy. It's 18-14. Trojans have dropped back to a 4-point deficit again here now against these Wildcats. Spots will inbound here for Lodgenschlager. Here's Tricia with it at the top of the circle as the Cats look to set it up. There's Dorman again, streaking down that right baseline, up and in, good. Wow, that play is working very well for Coach Bob Ozenbach's Wildcats. Here comes Faust with it. Angie down in the right baseline, dropping it back here for Stacy Snyder. Now Alicia Moon has it. 14-footer for Alicia, no good. Rebound underneath there, comes right off to Jenny Myers, tied up, and it'll be UDA ball. 3:12 remaining in the first half. 20-14, Trojans down by 6. Trojans kind of got stuck here on 14 momentarily anyway. Lodgenschlager passing it back over here now. Here goes Lodgenschlager trying to drive in the left side. Nothing going on in there, the referee says. They pass it back out here now for Spots. Man-to-man now on Dorman as they try to stop her. Here's Lodgenschlager in the lane, puts a shot up, and a foul is called. And we'll see here. It'll be number 22, Heather Williard, will pick up the personal, her first. For the Trojans, and that's going to send Lodgenschlager to the line shooting 2. Tricia Lodgenschlager, 4-2, shoots her first one short. And Trish will be awarded the opportunity to fire up one more. And here it is. It's good. So she makes 1 out of 2 and gives the Cats a 7-point margin. Now here's Kim Bechtel rolling it down here, and then Kim loses the handle on it and it goes out of bounds. 2:42 remaining in a strange first half for the Trojans. Looked for a brief moment like they were going to really command this ball game, and then all of a sudden saw it slip away from them for the moment. Here's a dump inside here for Dorman. Missy going to try the left baseline. She loses the ball out of bounds as she got bumped in there by Williard, and it will be UDA ball. Stacy Snyder to inbound. Does so here for Moon. The ball knocked out of Moon's hands by Spots, and it will be Halifax ball underneath. The Trojans lose an opportunity there. Lodgenschlager to inbound. Over here now for 24. I think that's Mockemer. I'll have to pick her number up here in a second. Here's Mockemer with a shot. No good. Rebound comes off to Moon. Alicia looks like she's getting a little fired up down there now. She cleared that one very strongly. She stops at the top of the foul line to Heather Williard. Over here now for Stacy Snyder. Far side. Here's Kim Bechtel with it. Kim puts it on the floor, has it roll loose. Picked up by Kim, and a foul is going to be called as 21. Laudenschläger will pick up her third. So for Tricia, she picks up her third personal foul here with 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Does not bode well for Trish. And to the foul line now will go Alicia Moon, shooting a 1-on-1. And Alicia, normally a super shot. Here's her first shot. It's no good. Rebound in there to Heidi Myers. Drops it back here for Spots. Into the corner here for Laudenschläger. Oh, right underneath there is Mockemer. She puts a shot up and in. Moon back with it. Over here for Bechtel. Bechtel right around Laudenschläger. Stops. Kim drops it over here to Moon. 15-footer for Alicia's good. 23-16. The margin now with the Wildcats in the lead. Laudenschläger with it. Ooh, looking over the far side over there, has the ball thrown away as she was going for Missy Dorman, and Missy kind of broke towards the bucket. And Tricia threw the ball toward the outside of the court. And so the Trojans take over. You got a break there. Cats have been scoring almost every time down the floor. Here goes Moon with it. Back out in front here for Bechtel. Bounces it into the corner over here, intended for Alicia, I guess, but nothing doing there as she threw it behind Alicia. Got a minute 12 remaining here. 23-16. Trojans trailing by 7. Here comes Laudenschläger. Tricia looking for Dorman, cutting for the basket underneath, and the pass is no good, as Missy that time couldn't reach that pass by Tricia, and so it will be UDA ball. Here's Moon. Alicia passes it inside, tipped away here by Dorman. Missy stops with it, passes it over there for Spots. Spots at the top of the circle, back to Dorman. Her shot, good. Dorman nails another one. Kid can shoot. Here's a long pass up here for Alicia Moon. Alicia dribbles down, and charging is going to be called this time on Moon as she went into Mockemer. And so it will be for Alicia, her second. Came with 39 seconds remaining here in the first half. And Angie Faust is going to check back into the ball game now and replace Alicia Moon with just 39 seconds remaining here in the first half. 25-16, 9-point margin, biggest margin of the ball game now for the Wildcats, as Spots has it for her team. They may play for that last shot. Here goes 33. Oh my goodness, a blocking foul going to be called this time, and the foul will be on Stacy Snyder as 33 went barreling into Stacy. Stacy took the hit and was called for the block. Miller will go to the line for the Wildcats, and she'll be shooting 2. Here's her first shot. It's good. Hit on the front of the rim and tumbled in. Second shot for Ms. Miller is short. That one didn't hit anything. And so the Trojans will get the ball back with 27 seconds remaining. Oh, Kim is held up, I wonder. Oh, by gosh, they're going to call a foul. Spots is going to pick up the personal foul as Kim went hard to the boards, and Kim's going to go to the foul line now, shooting a 1-and-1. Kim at the line for the first time tonight, I do believe, and see how she does here. First shot, good. Nice shot. It's 26-17, margin down to 9 now with 25 seconds remaining in the first half. Kim Bechtel's second shot is good. 2 nice shots. Nope. They're going to say she stepped over the line. That call is made about 40% of the time tonight, I think. Anyway, second shot's no good, so it's 26-17 with just 25 seconds remaining. Dorman over here for Spots. Near side now for Miller. inside. Here's Mockimer with a shot. No good. Follows up her own shot, though. Gets a rebound. Back over here for Heidi Myers. Heidi out on the right wing side here for Dorman. She puts a shot way high off of everything. Rolls past the glass and out of bounds over the top of everything. So the Trojans will have it with just a second or so remaining. Here's a long inbounds pass to Dorman. She throws the ball up as the buzzer sounds for the end of the first half of play. So Trojans kind of a little bit disappointed, I think, at the end of that first half, as Coach Bob Ozabak's ball club, who has been coming on, has taken a 9-point lead in the halftime now, 26-17. We are set to go with the second half action here now, as the Trojans will have the ball to inbound to begin the second half of play. Stacy Snyder will inbound. Trojans trailing by 9 as we go into the second half. Maybe it'll be all up or off in the second half. Stacy Snyder has the ball go off her fingertips to begin play here, as the Trojans have the ball for the first time in the third period, and it will be now the Wildcats coming back with it. This is Tricia Laudenschlager into the corner on the right left wing side to Spots. Back out to Trish. Now Spots has it over there. Back out here to Laudenschlager. One step in, gives it back over to Spots. She tries to dump it inside. It's going to go off the hands of Heidi Myers, out of bounds, and so both teams turn it over on their first opportunity of the third period, and it will be UDA ball. Snyder inbounds it here to Alicia Moon. Alicia looking around, drops it back here for Jamie Erdman. Over on the far side now for Moon, dumps it into the corner here for Snyder, back out to Moon. Alicia, ooh, I thought Alicia might pop a three-pointer. Cross court here now for Bechtel. Kim stops, pops one up, won't go. Rebound comes off to Heidi Myers. And back with it come her Wildcats. Tricia Laudenschlager with it at the top of the circle for Coach Bob Ozenbach's Wildcats, who have played a super ball game thus far. Here's a shot over to Heidi Myers, and Myers puts it home, and it's 28-17. Margin back up to 11. Here's Erdman with it. Drops it over there for Stacy Snyder. Stace out in front for Alicia Moon. 15-footer by Moon, short. No good. Rebounded to Myers. Heidi dumps it over here for Laudenschlager. All alone up here is Dorman. Missy stops, pops it up and in, good. It's now 30-17. Trojans dropping further behind. It's a 13-point margin. It was 9 at halftime. Over here for Moon. Alicia down the right baseline. Rolls it off the rim. It won't go. When a foul's called underneath, the foul will be on Moon. Alicia will pick up the foul after the shot. It'll be a non-shooting foul, but for Moon, it will be personal foul number 2. No, let's make that 3. Alicia picks up personal foul number 3. Here in the early going of period number 3. Here comes Laudenschlager. Over the far side for Spots. Deep into the corner it goes to Hand. Back out to Spots. Throws up a three-point attempt. No good. Rebound comes off there to Heather Williard. Goes on the floor and it's tied up. Her and Dorman get tied up, and it's going to stay Halifax ball this time. Laudenschlager to Spots. Here's Dorman from outside. No good. Rebound, and going over the top is going to be Heidi Myers, as Heidi went over top of Heather Williard and is called for the foul. For Myers, that will be her second. 6 minutes and 5 seconds remaining here in period 3. Trojans got to get back into it here now. Here goes Jamie Urban down the right baseline. She stops, puts a shot up, partially blocked perhaps by Hand, and the Trojans get it back again. Heather Williard with it. Over here for Snyder. Stacy steps up and puts a shot up. No good. Rebound comes over there, and it's tied up by Laudenschlager and Bechtel, as Kim and Tricia go after that ball. Goes out of bounds. They say Trish threw it out last, so it'll be UDA ball. Inbounded over there for Erdman. Spots all over her. There's spots all over her? Maybe she has measles. No, anyway. Back it comes over here now for Bechtel. Ball knocked away. Dorman picks it up for her Wildcats. Over to Laudenschlager. Bounce pass underneath for Hand. And Jen is fouled, and she will, let's see, will it be a shooting foul? I'm not sure. 45, Williard picks up the foul for the Trojans. That's her second. And Jen Hand will go to the line, shooting 2. I think this is Jen's first trip to the line tonight for this young freshman. We'll see what kind of a foul shooter she is. Here's her first attempt, and it is no good. Jen Hand's second shot coming up here now. This one is also no good. Oh, and on the rebound, it looks as though Myers, Heidi, will pick up a foul. And for Heidi, that will be her third. The team's third also, I believe. They only have 2 on the board, but I think they may change that. At any rate, maybe it's only the second. Here comes Heather Williard with a pass over here for Kim Bechtel. Kim with a 12-footer. It is good. All right, it had to think about it. It went in. That could be the start of something good for the Trojans. We'll see. Trish Laudenschlager, top of the circle, over to the corner for Dorman. Her shot good. Well, got to get Missy covered even better. I guess it's 32-19 with 5 minutes remaining in the third. Bechtel over in the far side. Bechtel with it now. Kim underneath, back out in front here for Heather Williard. 12-footer, good. Nice shot by Heather from right out in the paint. And both teams at least starting to get a little bit offense going. Now we want the Trojans, of course, to get most of the offense going. Here's Dorman from the side. Oh, you got to be kidding. Okay, Missy is deadly. 34-21, and timeout's going to be called by UDA. They're going to have to get a blanket and cover Dorman, I guess. 4:35 remaining in the third period, and 34-21. The margin still at 13 for the hometown Halifax Wildcats. Okay, Trojan time back in, and they've got it. Here's Brandy Williard with it over here for Bechtel. Kim checking around over here now. Dumps it inside for Brandy. Ball tapped away in there, and back with it come the Wildcats. Jen Hand with a good defensive play that time to tap that ball away from Brandy Williard. Out in front to Trish Laudenschlager. She dumps it inside. Here's a spin around shot by Heidi Myers. No good. Rebound over to the near side here, and a foul will be called on Jen this time as Jen got a little bit too aggressive, and she will pick up her second personal foul. Still be none shooting, only the team's third. And the UDA Trojans will inbound the ball. Stacy Snyder will inbound to, well, to someone here. Let's see who. Okay, to Jamie Erdman. Jamie ahead here for Kim Bechtel. Kim driving it down there. Stops, drops it over there for Heather. Pass out in front, spins away from Erdman. Picked up by Spots. Spots with a bounce pass over there for Laudenschlager. Shot is put up, and Heather Williard will pick up the foul. And Trish will go to the line, shooting 2. Laudenschlager at the line to shoot 2, misses her first one. And now Hand will check out of the ball game as Myers comes back in. This is the other Myers, this is Jen Myers. Second shot by Laudenschlager is no good. And it's a 34-21 ball game. Here's Bechtel. Or Erdman. No good. Rebound over in the corner. It's going to be out of bounds off Heather Williard, I guess. And Laudenschlager will inbound for Halifax. She does so here for Spots. Laudenschlager with 1 foot inside the line. Into the corner. Oh, dumping it inside here for Heidi Myers. Turnaround shot. No good. Rebound comes off to Bechtel. Stolen away by Dorman. Her rebound comes back out to Jamie Erdman, and Jamie will start it back for the Trojans. Cross the timeline. Spinning around out there goes Jamie. Still has control. Puts it over to Brandy Williard. Back over here for Erdman. Now out in front. Bechtel's got it. Back to Jamie Erdman. Jamie into the corner. Stops. Back out here for Bechtel. She steps up and pops a shot up short. Kim gets her own rebound. Puts the shot up in the right baseline. It is good. The foul should. Let's see. Does the bucket count? I'm not sure. Nope. No bucket, no shot. A foul, however. And it will be Stacy Snyder inbounding it for the Trojans. Here's a shot by Erdman, no good. Rebound comes off to Heidi Myers. She'll drop it back here for Trish Laudenschläger. And Trish with a head of steam. Looking underneath there as you got the other Jen Myers. But anyway, here's Spots with it. She throws a shot up from the outside, no good. Back with it comes Heather Williard for the Trojans, 34-21. Stacy Snyder with a double team. Gets it over here now for Bechtel. Kim into the lane. Pushes it over on the far side for Erdman. Back out front for Bechtel. Erdman's got it. Right wing side. Looking. Bounce pass inside for Stacy Snyder. Wait a minute. A walk's going to be called. Stacy went for a long stride and then decided to put the ball up. A couple of subs coming in here now for Halifax as Spots and I believe it was Heidi Myers have departed the ball game. We'll pick these gals up in a second. Laudenschläger over there for Miller. She just came in. Laudenschläger to Miller. Miller with a shot from the side. No good. Rebounded by Bechtel. Kim drops it back here for Erdman. Got only 1:50 remaining here in period 3. When you're behind, how the time flies. Jamie out in front. Miller on her. Bounce pass over there for Heather Williard. Now Kim Bechtel has it. Kim rolling around the right side. Trojans need to get a good shot. They just can't. Excellent defense put up here by the Wildcats. And here's a shot and a foul. And a foul this time, I do believe, will be on number 44. No, 44. Okay, that foul is on Jen Myers. Jen Myers picks up her second, and Brandy Williard will go to the line for the Trojans, shooting a 1-and-1. So see if Brandy can hit a couple of these. First one is no good. Rebound comes off to Mockimer, and a pass intended over here for Miller is knocked out of bounds by Heather Williard. And Miller will inbound for the Wildcats, I think, as soon as they find the ball. Ball had temporarily run underneath the bleachers, I believe, so they have retrieved it, and back comes Laudenschläger, now with 1:20 remaining in period 3. Pass over here for Dorman. Missy passes it out in front there for Miller, over in the left wing side. Dump it inside they go. Shot put up by Mockimer, and she's fouled. Foul, I believe, is going to be on Stacy Snyder. And let's see. Yep, Stacy picks up her second personal foul. And that will send Miss Mockimer to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Stacy Snyder now will leave the ball game, and Biddle comes into the ball game. Chris Biddle comes in for the Trojans. Chris into the ball game for the first time tonight. Here's a shot thrown up there by Mockimer, no good. That is some shot this gal has. Looks like she kind of a lefty out there or whatever it is, and just kind of throws it up there. Second shot's no good. She jumped over the line anyway. So that means, again, as I've explained before, if it was good, it wouldn't be any good. Figure that one out. Anyway, Chris Biddle will inbound for the Trojans. In here for Jamie Erdman. Jamie ahead there for Williard. Brandy's got it. Passes it ahead to Jamie. Jamie down the right wing side. Takes it into the right wing corner. Back out here for Bechtel. Kim. Dribbles down the right baseline. Stops. Pops. No good. Short. Rebound goes out of bounds off the hands of Mockimer, I believe. So it'll remain UDA ball as Chris Biddle will inbound for the Trojans. For Bechtel, her shot, no good. Rebound on the near side to Mockimer. Swings it back here for Dorman. Missy with it. Whoops, she's going to be called for a walk. Went into the lane and couldn't stop. So one of the few goofs that Missy has done tonight. And Missy's going to be taken out. Bob said he's seen enough of that. He takes her out of the game immediately. Just kidding. She's played a super game. But anyway, back in the meantime, Chris Biddle will inbound for the Trojans. Does so here for Jamie. Back over here for Chris. Bounce pass ahead here for Heather Williard. Here for Brandy Williard. She stops. Puts the shot up and in. Good. That time the shot was good, and a foul, I think, is on Mockimer. And Brandy will go to the line, shooting 1. Mockimer picks up her first personal as Brandy goes to the line to finish off her three-pointer, and she's got her 3. 10-point margin now, 34-24. Trojans still definitely can get back into this, but it's going to take a pretty good effort tonight. Pass inside for Mockimer. She stops, rolls one up, and it goes in. 12-point margin with 20 seconds remaining. 36-24. Pass on the near side for Bechtel. Kim nearly into the lane with it. Pass over to Heather Williard. Heather gets tripped up on a blocking foul will be called on Jen Hand. Jen will pick up her 3rd personal foul. Heather Williard to go to the line now, shooting a 1-and-1 as Mockimer checks out of the ball game for Halifax, and Spots comes back in for the Wildcats. In the meantime, Heather Williard will position herself at the free throw line. See if she can get a couple here for the Trojans. She's shooting a 1-and-1. First one is good. Very good, perfect as a matter of fact. And she will have one more try. Here's her second shot. It is short. Off the front of the rim. Miller picks it off for the Cats. And back they come with it. Laudenschlager over here for Spots. Trying to dump it inside. We've got 1 second remaining. In fact, that's going to do it. That's going to end the third period. Quick third period the way it seemed. And the Trojans have gained virtually nothing. At the end of 3, they still trail, this time by 11. 36-25 Halifax. Okay, ready to go here now. And the 4th and final period is underway. Halifax with the ball and the lead. Laudenschlager looking around, passes it over here for Missy Dorman. Spots out in front. Laudenschlager dumps it inside. Hand puts a shot up and she's fouled. Stacy Snyder will pick up her 3rd. And Jen Hand will go to the line for the 2nd time tonight. Shooting 2, I believe. Yep, she will be shooting 2. Here's Jennifer Hand's first shot is good. And Jennifer's second shot is also good. So she hangs up a pair there and gives her Cats a 13-point margin now, 38-25. Okay, here's a shot blocked on the inside here by Myers. Moon picks it up, puts a shot up, won't go. Rebound underneath there is going to go onto the floor and be wrestled for by Moon and Dorman. And it will be Trojan ball as Stacy Snyder will inbound for UDA. Right inside to Bechtel. She puts a shot up and in good. And the foul is going to be on Hand, and Jen picking up her 3rd personal foul now. I believe it is going to send Kim Bechtel to the line to finish off a 3-pointer here. Hand picks up personal foul number 4. Kim at the line to shoot 1. Here's her shot. It is no good. Rebound comes off to Heidi Myers. Head here now for Laudenschlager. Into the corner it goes to Dorman. Missy with it. Back out in front for Spots. Laudenschlager trying to dump it inside. Ball knocked away. Still loose, and Spots gathers it in for the Cats. Laudenschlager. Trish Laudenschlager dribbles into the lane. Puts a shot up, but she is fouled. And Alicia Moon will pick up the personal foul this time. And for Alicia, it will be her 4th. And that will send Trish Laudenschlager to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. 7 minutes and 3 seconds remaining here in the ball game. First shot by Trish is no good. Rebound goes off to Stacy Snyder. Drops it back here for Bechtel, who gives it to Erdman. And now Alicia Moon has it for UDA. Alicia over on the far side. Here's Erdman from the side, no good, or Bechtel from the side, no good. Rebound to Myers, and back with it comes Laudenschlager of Halifax. She loses the ball, but it's picked up over there by Heidi Myers, and she puts it in. It's 40-27, 13-point margin. Kim Bechtel. Bechtel, we need to shoot a couple three-baggers in here, I guess. Inside to Alicia Moon. Over to the far side. Snyder steps up, pops one up. No good. Rebound comes back off here for Dorman. She puts a shot up. It won't go. Rebound comes back to Alicia Moon. Fast break ahead here now for Stacy Snyder. Whoa, Stacy almost walked with it. Threw it back here now for Biddle. And now Moon's got it back again. Over to the far side for Bechtel. She puts it inside. Wait a minute. Foul's going to be called. Heidi Myers will pick up the foul for the Wildcats. Last foul was on Heidi Myers. She picked up her fourth for the Wildcats and sends Stacy Snyder to the line for the Trojans, shooting a 1-and-1. Here's Stacy's first shot. Is no good. Rebound to Alicia Moon underneath, though. Alicia controls, has a goal on the floor, rolls loose, and is picked up in there by, whoop, wait a minute, they're going to call Spidell with turning the ball over as she lost the handle on it and then gathered it back in herself. So Shauna Spidell called for the turnover. And back over here comes Moon for three. No good. Rebounded by Moon underneath in the lane. Ball is loose, comes back out here for the Trojans. Here's Bechtel over the side, dumps it inside. Brandy Williard turnaround shot, knocked away by Spidell. She gets it back out, and Tricia Lodgeschlager knocks it out of the hands of Erdman, or out of the hands of Bechtel, and it will be UDA ball. Snyder for Moon, back inside. Snyder turnaround shot won't go. There's Bechtel with a shot though, and Kim's bucket does go. Okay. Laudenschlager sends it back over here now for Dorman. Here's a ball knocked away by Moon, but gathered right in by Laudenschlager. Trying to pass it inside. Here's Spidell with a shot, partially blocked by Brandy Williard, and the ball rolls loose. Going to go out of bounds over on the far side. Ooh, jump they're going to call it. It's going to stay Halifax ball. Halifax will send back in Hand, who has 4 fouls on her. And Jen Myers comes back in for Halifax. Dorman with it for the Cats. Back over here for Laudenschlager. Jamie Erdman on her. Spidell over in the left wing side now. She's going to take it out to the center. Moon on her. Passes it over here for Laudenschlager. Trish stops, tries to get it inside. Ball knocked loose. It's going to come off over here. Probably rolled off of a couple of, let's see. No, they're going to rule it came off of a Wildcat. Thought it might have hit a couple of people on the way out, but the Wildcat, or the Trojans are going to get the ball. It's 40-29, 11-point agonizing lead here for Halifax. Over to the far side for Bechtel. Back out in here for Moon. Moon on the near side here. Dumps it inside now for Williard, and Brandy has the ball knocked out of bounds, and it will be UDA ball. Stacy Snyder will inbound for the Trojans. Here for Moon. She stops. Pops the shot up and in. Good. Alicia narrows the gap now to 9. Trojans have whittled away at it slightly here now. And here comes Missy Dorman. Got to keep Missy quiet for the rest of the game. Over here for Laudenschlager. Trish at the top of the circle. Over here for Dorman. Here's her shot. It is no good. She missed one. And a ball's going to go out of bounds off the hands of Jen Hand. And we've got 4:11 remaining now, and the Trojans trailing by 9, 40-31. Stacy will inbound here for Alicia Moon. Alicia will work it up the court for UDA. Over here now for Erdman. Back to Moon. Moon for 3. Ooh, short, but a rebound underneath there. And Brandy Williard puts a shot up, and she is fouled. And let's see, timeout I think is going to be called by Halifax. But at any rate, a foul is called. A foul is on 1-5. That would be Dorman, and Halifax calls time. About 4 minutes left in the ball game now. 3 minutes and 58 seconds as Brandy Williard steps to the foul line to shoot a 1-and-1 for Upper Dauphin. They only trail now by 9, so if Brandy could knock a couple of these down, it would help. Her first shot is no good, and a foul is going to be called as Heidi Myers goes over the top of Alicia Moon, I think it was. And Alicia will step to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Heidi Myers goes out of the ball game now on her 5th personal foul, and Alicia Moon steps to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Her first shot is good. Alicia can bring the team back because she is a heck of a shooter, and we need a couple here, so we'll see what we do. This game could get very close down the stretch. Second shot is good. And we've got a 7-point ball game now as the Trojans creep ever so closer. Here's a pass ahead to Spots. Spots has it. Ooh, there she's going to go for a walk with it. And the Trojans can narrow the gap to 5 now as it's 40-33 with 3:49 remaining. Trojans will inbound. Does so over here for Erdman. She drops it off to Bechtel. Kim out in front, drops it inside here for Brandy Williard. Brandy has it knocked away out of her hand, and a foul is going to be called on Missy Dorman. So once again, the Trojans with that 1-and-1 situation here now as Brandy will go to the line to shoot for the Trojans. Dorman picks up her 3rd personal foul, and that's going to send Williard to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. See what Brandy can do here. First shot, no good. Rebound's going to come off over here and be fought for and gathered in by Alicia Moon. Dumps it inside. Williard, right baseline shot. Now blocking foul is going to be called, and I think that may put Hand out of the ball game because I believe it was on Jen Hand. And Jen Hand, I think, will leave. Yep, that's 5. So 2 big gals lost now to Coach Bob Ozenbach here in the last, about 20 seconds, something like that. Mockimer will come back into the ball game. As a matter of fact, she's going to come back in and call timeout. So the Trojans with a golden opportunity here now, as we've got plenty of time remaining, 3:35. They trail by 7, and Brandy, I think it's Brandy, somebody for the Trojans will be at the line shooting a 1-and-1 when we come back. Brandy Williard at the line for the Trojans following the Wildcat timeout now, and she'll be shooting some important hoops here. Here's her first one, short. Okay, Brandy's got to get this one here in. Let's see if she can go 50%. Second shot is good. All right, she hit half of them. Margin down to 6 now. 2 big gals out of the ball game for the Wildcats. Here's Spots. Spots out in front, dumps it over here for Trish Laudenschlager. Trish to Spots, over to Trish. Standing out there, here she steps up, puts a shot up and in, good. It's an 18-footer, 42-34, 8-point margin again now as Moon comes back with it for the Trojans. Alicia having trouble over here with Dorman. Alicia drives the baseline, puts a shot up, it won't go. Rebound to Mockimer over on the far side for the Wildcats. And a foul is going to be called on Kim Bechtel. Kim will pick up the personal, and that'll send Mockimer to the line shooting a 1-and-1 for the Wildcats. Coach Tom Ozenbach calls time prior to the foul shooting by Halifax with 2:59 remaining, and the Trojans down by 8. For the Trojans, Bechtel had picked up her first foul of the ball game. Trojan timeout is over, and Mockimer goes to the line for the Cats to shoot a 1-and-1. Here's her first shot. No good. Rebound's going to be controlled by the Trojans. Brandy Williard picks it off. Bechtel back here for Moon. Alicia over to the far side for Kim. Kim will drop it back for Moon. She'll stop and pop for 3. Ooh, no good. Rebound comes off over there to Jen Myers, and back with it comes Dorman. Missy drops it back over there for Laudenschlager. Trish into the corner. Jen Myers had it. Back out to Laudenschlager. Now deep for Spots. Laudenschlager, as Erdman comes out and gets on her. We're down to 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Dorman back over here for Laudenschlager. Trojans need 8. Time of wasting, down to 2:10. Laudenschlager with it. Drops it inside here for Dorman. She drives to the top of the circle, loses the ball, but picks it back up again. Gives it to Laudenschlager, over to Spots as the Cats wind up some valuable seconds. And Trish Laudenschlager will be fouled now by Jamie Erdman, as Jamie picks up her 4th, I believe. Wow. Trish goes to the line shooting a 1-and-1. with only a minute and 57 seconds remaining now, so the Trojan effort here looks like it could fall short as Laudenschlager puts in her first shot of the 1-and-1 and makes it a 9-point margin now, 43-54. Here's Tricia's second shot. It's good, and it's now a 10-point ball game with just under 2 minutes remaining. Trojans need about 4 3-baggers real quick. Here's Alicia Moon. See if Alicia can set one up here from out in front. Nope. Over the far side for Bechtel. Drives it in. Tries to pass it inside. Here's a turnaround shot by Stacy Snyder that won't go. And a foul will be called on the rebound. Foul's going to be on Williard, I believe. We'll see here in a second. The foul was on Brandy Williard. Brandy picked up her third with a minute and 42 remaining. And that sent Jen Myers to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. First shot is no good. Rebound to Bechtel. Kim ahead here for Alicia Moon. Moon down, stops, pops for 3. That won't go. Rebound underneath, though, by Moon, and a foul will be called. And a foul's going to be on Alicia, I believe, as Alicia followed up her shot and dove into the pile, and she picks up the personal foul. Coach Tom Ozenbach does not agree. That's 5 fouls on Alicia, so Alicia will depart right now as Heather Williard will come back in for UDA. To the foul line in the meantime steps Jenny Myers, and she will be there shooting a 1-and-1 with 1:34 remaining. Her first shot is no good. Rebound comes off to Stacy Snyder. Drops her back here for Bechtel. Kim stops, pops one up, it won't go. Rebounded by Bechtel. Dribbles the right baseline, puts a shot up, it won't go. Rebound's going to come back off now and be controlled by Laudenschlager of the Wildcats. Here comes Dorman. Dorman runs into Williard, and for Brandy, that will be personal foul number 4. And for Missy Dorman, she will go to the line shooting a 1-and-1. Missy's first shot is good. And it's now 45-34, 11-point margin with just a minute and 14 remaining. And Dorman's second shot is good. And so it's 46-34. It's a 12-point ball game. Here comes Jamie Erdman ahead with it for the Trojans as the clock winds down to a minute remaining. Here's Kim out in front, over for Erdman. Jamie down the right baseline, stops, puts a shot up way short, and the ball's going to get knocked out of bounds out of the hands of Spidell. So the Trojans will maintain possession. Stacy Snyder will inbound for UDA. She does so for Brandy Williard. Brandy stops, pops, and a foul is called. And I believe the foul will be on number 30, Spidell, I think. And Brandy will be at the line shooting 2. Okay, here's Brandy's first shot. It's good. Timeout called by Coach Bob Ozenbach now with 57 seconds remaining and an 11-point margin for the Cats. Okay, the Wildcat timeout is over, and Brandy Williard places herself at the foul line for UDA. Brandy will be shooting 1. Here it is. It's short. Rebound comes back off here to Miller. She'll spin around the left side with it over there. Dump it back out here for Spots. Spots loses the handle on it, nearly has it stolen away. Gets it ahead for Miller, and a foul will be called. And Brandy Williard will pick up her 5th personal foul, and she will leave the game now on fouls also. It's a game of attrition now as the Trojans have 2 gals fouled out, both Alicia Moon and Brandy Williard, and the Wildcats have lost Heidi Myers and Jen Heehan by way of the fouls. Into the ball game comes number 33, Mel Manning. Mel up from the junior varsity tonight, filling in here now for Williard. First shot, good. Miss Miller makes her first one, and it's 47-35, 12-point ball game with just 47 seconds remaining. Trojans dropped one last night by 2 to Millersburg, and they're going to see themselves drop another one here tonight to the Halifax Wildcats, barring a tremendous rally here now. Jamie Erdman ahead here now for Bechtel. Kim back over here to Erdman. Jamie to Kim for 3 from the side. No good. Rebound's going to come off here and be picked up by the number 12. And she is fouled by Kim Bechtel. And 12 for the Cats will go to the line shooting a 1-and-1. We'll pick up her name in a second. Okay, her name is Baker. So Miss Baker will go to the line shooting a 1-and-1.